Today we have decided to have a Hamsa Puja in Germany. We have never yet paid much attention to this center of Hamsa, which is, I think, very important for the Western world rather than for the Indian or the Eastern. The reason is, at the Hamsa Chakra, part of the Ida and Pigila come out and manifest. Means the expression of Ida Pigala is given through the Hamsa Chakra. So this Hamsa Chakra is the one that as if has not gone up to the Agya, but is holding on certain threads or certain parts of the Ida and Pigala. And they start flowing through your nose, expressing through your eyes, from your mouth and from your forehead. So you know that Vishuddhi Chakra has got 16 petals which look after the eyes, nose, throat, tongue, teeth. But the expression part of it comes through the Hamsa Chakra of all these. So, it's a very, very important thing in a Western mind to understand Hamsa Chakra. There's a beautiful couplet about this in Sanskrit. Hansa Shvetaha Pakaha Shvetaha Ko Vedo Hansa Vakayo Nirakshira Viveketu Hansa Hansa Vakaha Vaka. Meaning the crane and the swan, both are white. And what makes the difference between the two? If you mix the water and the milk together, the Hansa will just suck in the milk. So it can discriminate between the water and the milk. Why? The Baka means the crane cannot. It's a very significant thing for SahajaYogis to understand. Discretion is to be understood very deeply within ourselves, and how we develop discretion is very important in SahajaYoga. But before we go to that, let us see how this discretion plays a part very much in the manifestation of our expressions outside. We are the people in the West who always try to express ourselves outside. It's very important how you look. It's very important where you look, what you look, what you see. It's very important that your appearance should be good. Very particular, they spend lots of time in improving their appearances. This is the minimum. Then they have a method by which we call the medias. The country speaks or manifests through the medias. And the medias have to have a training. Every country has its specialty. one better than the other. And when you see all of them, you find they lack discretion completely. Also, in our speech, in our expression of literature, expression of poetry, expression of our relationships with others, any kind of expression requires discretion, which is a deep-seated knowledge or wisdom. If in the West people were not so much outside, they would have been much better off, I think. If, supposing in England, people don't become punks, then others will laugh at them. And they'll think that this man has no money to become a punk. So kind of a fashion that sets in a society of that kind, which has no discretion and which is very outward. Fashions won't work out in countries where they are deeply rooted into traditions and into proper understanding of life. Of course, the countries which have been very ancient, have been traditionally trying to improve themselves with error and trial methods, have developed much better discretion, much better understanding. But the countries which are not gone through all that ordeal, have not worked out, have not gone through that discipline, lack in discretion. And that's why many of the people, though they are of very deep seeking, have gone astray. If they had discretion, they would not have gone astray, they would not have gone to wrong places, but the discretion was missing. So, it comes to the discretion how to use your Ida Nadi and Pingala. And discretion to understand what is good and what is bad. Now let us see the Ida Nadi. Ida Nadi is very important because the discretion in this can only come through traditional understanding. Ida Nadi starts from the Ganesha's point, Muladhara. So first we miss the biggest support, the biggest help, the biggest nourishment of holiness and auspiciousness at Muladhara, if we have no discretion. We always take the thing which is detrimental to our growth and also which may destroy us, not only us but the whole country. We like people who are destructive when there is no discretion. Discretion means that you must choose the things which are good for you, which are benevolent to you, which are good for the collective, which are good for your asset. On the contrary, the people who have no discretion fall into the traps of wrong type of people, like say Freud. I mean, to an Indian Freud, nobody can believe that you can go into such a nonsensical idea. But people accepted Freud more than they could accept Christ, because the discretion was completely missing. If they had that traditional discretion in them, they would have been saved. That traditional discretion is the thing that comes through Ida Nadi. Now that's what that people call it as conditioning. And they say that conditioning is very bad. And people should not take to conditioning. And one should be free from conditioning, which is absolutely a wrong idea. In that also there has to be discretion. What conditioning is good and what is not good has to be taken. Now, because there is no discretion about conditioning also, outright discarding all traditions, all that is coming to us through our experiences of our forefathers, everything is discarded. The history is discarded. And we say, oh no, we are beyond it. We feel free. Like I was surprised yesterday in the plane, somebody told me, I feel very free when I have no clothes upon myself. I mean, if the clothes can imprison you, then what happens to the real prisons? What will they be for you? But that sort of a funny idea comes into the head of people, and they think that we can justify all the stupidity that we follow because we lack discretion. Intelligence cannot give you discretion. It cannot give you discretion as far as the conditioning is concerned. For a SahajaYogi, it is important to understand how you develop your discretion. Yesterday only I gave a very beautiful talk to the ladies of Paris, or I should say ladies of France, regarding the discretion of women. The discretion of the Ida Nadi is intuition. If you develop that discretion within you through your meditative powers, you develop intuition. And intuition is nothing but is the help of the ganas which are surrounding you. If you learn to take help from the ganas, you can become very intuitive, and without much intelligence of yours, you can say the right thing. The whole of SahajaYoga, I would say 50% at least out of that is based on intuition. For that you have to develop a proper sense of Sri Ganesh. Sri Ganesh in its right sense you have to understand. From there starts, because he is Ganapati, he is the one who is the master, is the chief of all the ganas. So the ganas give you the intuition. For example, say I have to go somewhere, and then what I say is that no, I won't be able to go there tomorrow, and I won't go somehow. And people think, Mother, how do you know? I know, because the ganas are there, and what they say is the truth. They know all about it. Or anything I say about someone comes true. So they start asking me, how is it, Mother, you have come to know about it? I live on intuition. Like I have to catch a plane, I know by intuition what's going to happen. This part has to develop by worshipping Sri Ganesh. So imagine Sri Ganesha also rules a part of the Hamsa Chakra. So when we say Ham and Sa, these two are actually the Bija mantras of the Agya. But when the Agya touches the Hamsa, it starts here. That's why at the base, at the root of it is the Hamsa. And here the Hum. Hum means I am. If you are discreet, you will not take to fashions. You will not take to stupid ideas. You have your own personality. You are a SahajaYogi. You don't listen to people who are non-SahajaYogis. That is the Hum part. I am. Not the ego part. But the Hum to understand that I am a yogi and I know so many things which normally people don't know. And so I have nothing to do with them. I have not to take any lessons from them. They are not to teach me anything. There is nothing that they know. I know much more. To be aware of yourself is Hum. So that comes from the right side, I would say. The discretion of right side is Ham, and the discretion of left side is Sa. Sa means you, means you are the. In your case, you know who is the you. But for every human being, you is the divine. You are the one. This comes from the left side, is Sa. So the word Hamsa is made of two types of discretion, where to see I am and where to see you are. On these two balances, as they have shown here beautifully, the moon and the sun. In the center is the cross, which gives you the balance, which gives you the dharma. How all these things are connected, one after another, layers after layers, you can see how dharma is connected with discretion. Now, there are people who are suddenly enticed by some sort of a ritual. For example, I have seen some SahajaYogis. They come to the puja and they are giving bandhan to them, like mad. On the way they'll go, they'll give bandhan. Anywhere they go bandhan, like mad. That's just conditioning. That's not discretion. That's not SahajaYoga. It is to be seen, is it to be given bandhan or not? In the presence of mother, there is bandhan. What is there to give bandhan to yourself? But people, when I am talking, are giving bandhan, raising their kudai. They are all mad people, I think. In the same way, there are people. Yesterday I heard there's one kind of a music record is played everywhere in the ashrams, because they can all jump like on a camel. It's a music for the camels, you see. Now, this record everybody appreciates. Why? Because they can jump like a camel. Once you start jumping like a camel, human beings can't give up. They form habits. So they like that particular music. They'll go on jumping like a camel because now they have become camels, they have to behave like camels. Now there's some music which is like a horse, like the trot, maybe gallop, anything. Now once they listen to it, suddenly they start following that rhythm. Now they become the horse, which is galloping. Now if the horse is galloping, they become horses, and they only like that galloping music. So on and so forth. Could be a donkey, could be anything. We are not animals, we are human beings. And we are we are SahajaYogis. We are not dominated by any particular type of rhythm or particular type of music. Every variety we can appreciate and understand as long as it is dharmic, as long as it is balancing, as long as it is auspicious and holy. So you can see on the Hamsa how many things are judged. I think the whole of SahajaYoga stands on the balance of Hamsa. There are people who are very astute, means very honest. But this honesty can go into a ridiculous limit. Or else there are people who are very hardworking. This can also go to the ridiculous limit. So these qualities which are supposed to be good cannot be righteous. The righteousness is discretion. Glorified. If you have discretion, then you glorify that discretion into righteousness. Like we can say now, Christ, we can take Christ. Christ was such a discretion. When Mary Magdalene was stoned, he had nothing to do with prostitutes, It's nothing to do at all, no relationship. But he could see in discretion that these people had no business to stone her. He stood up there in his own courage. And he said that those who are not committed any sin can throw the stone at me. This is the power of his discretion, that people just felt that discretion within themselves, and they felt that in discretion, this man is a holy man, and we cannot throw stones at him. If you are discreet as Sahajogis, you will make others discreet also. Others will have to be discreet and to understand. And this Nirakshira Vivek is the differentiation between the water and the milk, the bad and the good can come to you if you develop that discretion. In SahajaYoga, at every stage, you will find people falter also with the right side in discretion. And the right side in discretion comes from the ego manifestation of people. This ego is, as I said, is hum. This ego doesn't work when it has to work. For example, I find some people went for a marriage in the church. Of course, that's wrong for Sahajogis. We don't believe in any human religions, you know that. Alright, you went to the church is all. But they sent a lady to London to buy Laura Ashley dresses. To buy, and I think also maybe some men must be wearing tailcoats to do the wedding. Where is that ego lost? That ego that you are a Sahajayogi was completely lost. I think they all went for hairdressing, all kinds of things they did, and they all wanted to go there as old Christians walking to the church next to the graves of stupid bishops. It's not only here. India is much worse. As far as religion is concerned, the left side, they are very, very conditioned people. And there they fail to understand what is discretion. For example, we had Gyanadeva. He was such a great incarnation, and he didn't even have shoes on his feet. And these days they are taking out a big procession of palanquin, so-called shoes in it, of Sri Gyanadeva. And thousands of people singing praise. Just here. Who can tell them that Gyanadeva had no shoes? What shoes are you carrying in the palanquin? And whichever village they go, or whatever city they go, they are fed with sumptuous food. Everybody falls at their feet. The saints have come with a palanquin, and the shoes never belong to Gyanadeva in it. So this madness goes on. Now you see all these things happening around you. In every country, in every religion, in every stupid area, you see all this happening. But you just join hands. You become one with it. And then it becomes so difficult to understand what has happened. Now this ego, when used properly, then is discretion. Now also people have another very horrid conditioning apart from the religion, is of the country. I belong to India, I belong to Germany, I belong to England. Everything is wretched. I mean, to say something like that means you are not yet grown up to the Sahasrara land. Those who start becoming some nationality do not know that your nationality is transformed. Actually, don't need any passports. In the area where the divine reigns, no passport is needed. It's writ large on your faces. But still inside this deep conditioning is there, that I belong to this country, my country is very great, your country is not good. But when it comes to discretion is to think that all right, I was born in Germany and Germany has made lots of mistakes. Let me work it out so that I get back all my German people into the area where resides peace, joy and happiness. There is, this conditioning is used in discretion. In everything you will find there are two sides. Which way you move is your discretion. For example, there are people who have a conditioning of a particular, say, a religion. Supposing they belong to the Jewish religion and have come to SahajaYoga, or they belong to Christianity and have come to SahajaYoga. So now, what is the discretion? As soon as another Jew person comes in, or Christian person comes in, they'll just get into a fraternity of roots there. And they all become great friends, because she's Jew, I'm Jew, my father is Jew, my mother is Jew, my sister is Jew. Same with Christian, same with other community, same with any other nationality. Now, what is the discretion when you see? The best thing, discretion at that point, is to see what are the faults of the so-called human religions which are formed after the death of the promoters, or we can say the incarnations or the prophets who started the religion. This is first discretion. The second discretion is to read those scriptures and find out what is so special that these incarnations have said. For I would say, if there is a Muslim, he should go to Quran and see what's written in Quran as far as SahajaYoga is concerned. If it's a Christian, let him go to the Bible and find out whatever is written there as far as SahajaYoga is concerned, because SahajaYoga is the truth. And what truth is written has to be found out. If such a thing is developed, then you can go further if you are brave enough and can be courageous to go and tell the people that, see, what is this nonsense you are following? It's not written, it's not done. Whatever is written, this is the essence of the whole thing. That's the third stage, where you have used your discretion as far as a particular religion and nationality is concerned. Now, when I am, say, in the West, I have to discuss the West. But when I am in India, you must hear me. Don't understand the language is good for you. You lose all respect for the Indians. I give them left and right. And tell them what's wrong with them. But here, it is important that much is wrong with us in the West. So the discretion is to see what's gone wrong with us. Where are we now? Have you got any courage or not? For example, ladies don't have courage to wear a sari outside. Why? Sometimes doesn't matter. When Indians can wear your dresses, you can wear saris also. Or a man won't wear Indian dresses outside. Is a little hum is needed. They enjoy it, but they won't wear. They'll wear the same funny, holy pants. They can wear the punky stuff, but they can't wear something that is sensible, is good to wear. It's something that must give you the idea that we are different people. Now this red mark is very important because then you don't catch any boats. It has to be borne. In the Bible is written that there will be a mark on their heads. But because there are so many other stupid people like Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, I don't think they wear any marks. We are frightened of the society. How to wear a mark? But supposing they say that you go about with the disheveled hair, we'll do it. Because that's allowed in the society. We are the people, we are not to be afraid of any society. We have to come out of it and we have to teach them. Whatever is good we are going to do, whether we like it or not. That's the sign of a saint. If you have seen any saint anywhere, they have gone all out to say whatever is right, whatever is to be done, and whatever is to be followed. That's the sign of a saint. Otherwise, if saint sometimes gets dissolved in the society, sometimes in SahajaYoga, sometimes here, then what's the use of such saints? Tell me any saint whom you know who has not fought the society, who has not pointed out the mistakes of the society. In a very loud manner, without any fear. Have you known any saint like that? For Sahajogis, it is very important to have that courage within themselves. If you develop your discretion, then it works out. On the ego side, what kind of a discretion you develop and how? On the right side are all the devas, all the deities sitting around you. You have to understand these deities. You have to know what they are going to do. Supposing now you are lost on the way. So you should not think like all other people, oh, I'm lost in the way, how will I go there, what will I do? After all, you are going for some nonsensical work. Doesn't matter. But you must think, why? Hanumana, he must have brought me here for some purpose. Let's be on the lookout. Accept it. Accept the situation. When you accept the situation, you are playing into the hands of the deities and they are guiding you. Your deities are working it out. Accept it. And this acceptance will give you a wonderful discretion over your ego. Whatever goes wrong, it's alright. We accept it. And above all, the vibrations part, which you have to see. If you do something, if vibrations are going down, then of course I am a Sahajayogi. To me, vibrations and my ascent is the most important thing. So to develop the discretion on the right hand side, you have to know your goal, your destination. You must know on what path you are standing and where you are brought. Where are you today? You are not like other people. If that kind of a discretion you develop within yourself through pure intelligence, for that you need pure intelligence. And pure intelligence in Hamsa is that it glides on the water. It shrugs the water. It doesn't allow anything to overpower. It's in the water, beautifully beautifying the lakes. Also, not allowing the lake to dissolve them or to overpower them or to cover them. This is the part where they are harmed. If they want, they can dive down. If they don't want, they will not. They are gliding on the ocean of the samsara, of this bhavasagara, and they are not going to be drowned into it. That is the harm part of it, which you should have the discussion. On the one side, you should accept things that they come to. The best among these was Sri Krishna, I would say, who had real discretion. But after all, he was Sri Krishna. But his methods were so interesting of discretion that it's enjoyable to know about how he destroyed so many Rakshasas. Every time he did not use his Sudarshan Chakra, he used his discretion. Like there was a Rakshasa who was trying to overpower the Pandavas, who was trying to overpower the people who were good. Sri Krishna said, now what to do with this horrible fellow? And this fellow had boons from Brahmadeva and from Mahadeva and everyone. So Sri Krishna is the center after all. So he wanted to organize a proper destruction of this horrible Rakshasa. So what he did, that there was a great right-sided saint meditating, and he had taken a vow that nobody should disturb me. At least the one who disturbed me for the first time, I should have power to destroy if I look at that person. And this one was meditating in a cave. Sri Krishna very beautifully ran away from the battlefield. His name is Ranchoddas. It's little bit deliberately to say somebody that the one who ran out of the battlefield. So Sri Krishna ran out of the battlefield. But there was no way out to kill this horrible fellow. And he went and he was covering himself with a shawl. He went into that cave and covered that saint with his shawl. After Sri Krishna was running this horrible Rakshasa to kill him, Sri Krishna went and hid himself. When this Rakshasa came near the cave, he saw the shawl covering this saint. He said, "Oh, so now you are tired and sleeping here, running away from the field. Get up now." As soon as he said this saint got up and looked at him, and he was completely burnt. So, if Sri Krishna is the Virata at his feet, or if Sri Krishna is Vitthala on his head, in between the two resides Hamsa Chakra. The discretion is very beautifully described in the life of Sri Krishna. We can call him that he had a naughty way of using his discretion. He has done so many things like that. But they create a drama. They create his Leela. Because he was Leela, that's why he could use his discretion to create a drama of play. So on one side, we have the help of Sri Krishna to give us the discretion. And on the other side, we have Christ. In between is placed is Hamsa. So we have two great incarnations within us who are the embodiment of discretion. So one side is Sri Krishna, who is one who looks after the conditioning side of it. And the other side is Christ, who starts looking after the ego side of it. The one who says on the cross, "Oh God, forgive them because they do not know. Oh Father, forgive them for they do not know what they are doing," is the same one who takes a hunter in his hand and hits people, starts beating them because they are making money in the name of God. See the discussion. That's Jesus. Same Sri Krishna, who with his Hamsa Chakra can kill thousands and thousands of Rakshasas, becomes the driver of Arjuna. The contrast of their behavior is the beautiful saga of their discussion. Now for a SahajaYoga it is important to understand that they have to work out their discussion in a manner that they develop their intuition. I would say the first thought could be the intuition. Could be that this is intuition. Try. Experiment. But going to the extremes of everything is wrong in SahajaYoga. You have to do everything in moderation. Like I told them to see everything through vibration. So they will put their hands, I don't know, to everything. Should I buy this sari or not? Even go beyond that. Should I buy this face powder or not? It's so ridiculous. It's so bad that ultimately you find you have become a booth and you are telling everybody that your vibrations are bad because your vibrations are bad. Your attention is bad. Putting your attention to nonsensical thing makes your vibrations absolutely disappear. So, with discretion, you must have common sense, practical sense. I've seen people suddenly talking to anybody about SahajaYoga. No, it's not practical. SahajaYoga is a precious diamond. You cannot give it to every person. I've seen people at the airport raising Kundalini of everyone. No, it's not meant. They have to come to SahajaYoga. They have to ask for it. They have to beg for it. Then only they can get their realization. We don't want quantity, we want quality. All my lectures, if you see in that, I have been insisting on the quality of SahajaYogis and the quality of the seekers. But when we start thinking of getting a majority for a vote for Sri Mataji, I have to say, I am not standing for any election. Whether you elect me or not, I am elected. You don't have to do that. I don't need many people for that. And when you fail in discussion, you find some problems develop. Now, it is for you to find out what indiscreet things you have done. Where have you gone wrong? In which way have you done a mistake? It is for you to find out. Then rectify it. Otherwise in SahajaYoga, there should be no problems, there should be no audience, there should be all joy and joy and joy. But the discretion should be to find out what are your weaknesses, where have you done wrong, what's gone wrong, where, in what part, and how you have failed. Sometimes people think, oh, we did a lot at that time, now we can't. then you have failed. Like I heard that people are saying, now we have come here so we will not go to Guru Puja. It's wrong. Very wrong. You have to come to Guru Puja. No question. Guru Puja is the one puja you cannot miss. Even if you meet Sahasrara is alright, but Guru Puja is very important. At any cost you have to come for Guru Puja. I know I chose a place which is Andorra. But it's not Himalaya. Now the SahajaYoga is so comfortable that we want that there should be no change of flights. Directly we sit on a Hamsa and reach Andorra place. You will see that. But if you develop a habit of thinking, oh, it would be difficult, anything. But as Mother has said, it is going to be the easiest, everything is going to go down. Once you think like that, it will go. Everything will work out. But first there should be pure desire. Whenever such ideas come into your head, again use your discretion. We go to Guru Puja for our own health. Every Guru Puja, if you remember, you have come up very much higher. Every Guru Puja has helped. Of course, you say that Maharashtra tour is very good. I agree, it is. Maharashtra tour helps you a lot. But that's for 30 days. So intensive. Guru Puja is only one day. How many pujas you have in Maharashtra? At least 8 to 9. Sometimes even 10. That's why. Naturally, it has to be much more effective. But Guru Puja itself is extremely effective. Indians have been asking me, Mother, at least once more, give us the Guru Puja. We'll give anything to have a Guru Puja. Please come. This time they wanted to have Guru Puja. Imagine, you could not have attended Guru Puja in India. But Andorra, I have a special purpose. I have a special purpose. So please understand, I am not a purposeless personality. Gradually you learn how I fulfill the purpose. Yours, mine and that of SahajaYoga. Together. How I work it out beautifully. You will understand. And I hope one day you also develop all those beautiful ways and methods of discretion by which you just do the right thing and never the wrong thing. Now for the treatment of Hamsa Chakra, which is more on the physical side, it's outside, that's why it has to be much more on the physical side also. So as we have used the ghee and all that, you know very well to put the Hamsa Chakra on that. Also, for Hamsa Chakra is important not to kiss people. I think kissing must be given up. Because in kissing, you do allow the germs of another person. In SahajaYoga, it's alright. But once I say that, that doesn't mean you go all crazy with the kissing. No, not that. If in India you go and kiss somebody, he'll just be standing. The more you start expressing your love by all these gestures, the less it is inside. The more you give expression now, for example, there's a method of expressing thank you. And you go and say thank you. Just a lip service. But many people in many countries don't say thank you at all. They're very grateful. Inside, gratefully inside, creates the depth that is necessary. So, to do it superficially, anything too much has to be avoided in your discussion. But avoiding extremes, avoiding too much outward expression, again can create another indiscretion. Like the English. They don't speak. They just don't speak. You travel with them every day for 25 miles, sitting together, they will not say who you are. They'll know each and everything about you, but they'll just keep. They are not supposed to speak. It's artificial. So the second point we have to come to, we are not to be artificial. It's alright. If somebody feels like just out of just spontaneity wants to love me and hug me, I don't mind. Because not artificial, it just comes. Children are most spontaneous. They are not artificial. They are not at all artificial. In the same way, we have to be very natural about everything. It's alright while talking to each other if the men hit the man a little bit. Doesn't matter. They are not insulted. It's a love, expression of love. Is all. But should be spontaneous, should not be artificial. We should not take to artificiality in SahajaYoga at all, by any chance. But wearing clothes is not artificiality. To be decent is not artificiality. To be dignified is not artificiality. Artificiality is that what you don't feel inside is to say out. That is artificiality, and for SahajaYogi, he feels he has that bashfulness, he has that shyness, he has that protocol, and he respects his body. Out of respect of the body, he doesn't want to do something that will insult him. And that's how, if you understand how far to go and how far to stop. Then there is another way of indiscretion in SahajaYoga which I have seen, is that people start using me in many purposes like that. Like supposing now somebody is writing a poem. So he'll come to me and say, please correct my poem. I'll correct 1 poem, 2 poems, 3 poems, 10 poems. Then he will lose the capacity to produce poems. You should not use me for your own purpose in that manner. But in any case, you are using me. But with the understanding that Mother is all the time with me and is helping me, there's no need to come forward and jump on my time and to take my time and to bother me so that I should feel, oh God, when will I get rid of this? Or others have a thing, Mother, you must come to my house, you must take my child, you must meet my husband, he might be a drunkard. So taking attention to what you call yours is also indiscretion. Instead of that, you put your attention to me instead of taking my attention to you. It's a very delicate line, as if we are walking on a sword. It's a very, very delicate line of discretion. But once you know, as a state within yourself, you are discreet. You cannot be indiscreet even if you want to. And that is what is the ascent part. So once you come out of this chakra and pass through your agya, you enter into sahasrara where you have to be discreet. Whatever then comes out from there blessed, whatever expression comes out blessed from the sahasrara is all discreet and beautiful. Some people have a habit of dominating me also. Like I am talking, they are talking with me. If I am saying something, they will come. Then I play tricks. I am good at playing tricks. But I'm very discreet. It's alright. My discretion plays the tricks. Because if I'm direct, you won't like it. So better be discreet and play tricks. In everything that we do, discretion expresses itself. And if you are a solid Sahajayogi or a Sahajayogini, your discretion is evident and everybody sees it and knows it that it is there. So for all of you, it is important to develop your discretion today and to ask me to recite your Hamsa Chakra so that you are all the time stationed in the power of discretion. With discretion we have evolved to human state. And to go further, we have to develop our innate discretion, which I think is the essence of all the religion, of all the adventures we have had, of all the lives which we have known, is the discretion around which everything moves. May God bless you.